Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are... Well, everyone, do you notice something different? Is there something different on my head? Does my voice sound different? Does it sound better? I sure hope so. Have you ever started a YouTube channel? Maybe you don't have a lot to throw at it to begin with. You try to get what equipment you can to get things off the ground, and you totally forget about a set of old headphones that you have sitting in your desk drawer right next to you the entire time that have a microphone attached to them, and you don't think, hey, maybe that would sound better. I am both very happy and very angry to have found these headphones now. But at least I guess it means that from here on out, the audio can hopefully be a little bit better. Please let me know in the comments if the audio is better with these. So you didn't come here to hear me drone on about headphones. You came here because the title, the thumbnail, everything. The movie that came in second place on the community tab poll here on the I've Seen Everything channel was Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. So I figured that should be next up on the list. On the same day that I posted part 2 of my reaction to Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition. Who needs rest? Let's just do this until I drop. Anyway, I appreciate you all stopping by to watch another movie with me. Similar to the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, I have seen this movie before. It has been quite a while. I have seen the original Star Wars trilogy exactly twice in my life. The last time I watched this, or any of the original Star Wars trilogy, was probably close to a decade ago. We've already gone ahead and revisited Star Wars: A New Hope. Here we are with Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. I don't remember much. Last time we obviously met most of our well-known characters.
Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewie, C-3PO, R2-D2.
Obi-Wan Kenobi died in the second half of the last movie, but we obviously have signs that he's still around, existing in the Force. We still have not met the Emperor. I know there's Ewoks at some point. I know there's Yoda at some point. I don't know when we meet all of them. I'm not remembering everyone we meet, I'm sure. Of course, as usual, I will trust the Star Wars fans watching this to correct me on anything I get wrong or anything I miss. Before we get going, if you would, I'd really appreciate it if you please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons down there, click the bell. And so, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Here we go. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yikes. Really jumps out at you, doesn't it? Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
It is a dark time for the rebellion. Although the Death Star has been destroyed, Imperial troops have driven the rebel forces from their hidden base and pursued them across the galaxy, evading the dreaded Imperial Starfleet.
Starfleet? That's Star Trek.
A group of freedom fighters, led by Luke Skywalker, has established a new secret base on the remote ice world of Hoth. The evil Lord Darth Vader, obsessed with finding young Skywalker, has dispatched thousands of remote probes into the far reaches of space.
Fancy. If I knew I'd have to do this much reading, I'd have brought my library card. That's a real young and current joke for the kids out there. Ship. Is that called a Star Destroyer? I think. I'm probably wrong. I feel like these are the probes we heard about. Violent. Creepy. Is that a tauntaun? Think I've heard that before. I think that's what that is. And that's a Luke Skywalker. It's a probe, Luke. Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Hano, buddy, do you read me? What's up? Well, I finished my circle. I don't pick up any life readings.
You don't pick up any life readings, but something like that just crashing into the ground?
There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here.
Okay. He thought it was a meteorite.
Hey, what's the matter? You smell something?
Yeah, I'd say so. Ooh, poor Tauntaun. Leia? Han. Well, they've really set up shop there, haven't they? You wouldn't figure they'd have such an easy time setting up a base at a place that inhospitable.
All right, don't lose your temper. I'll come right back and give you a hand.
That's one of the things I do like about Star Wars. I don't have a lot of experience with it, obviously, but when you see them just talking back and forth to each other, and he just, you know, like he can understand him. I mean, he can, but it's not, you don't have Chewie speaking in English. He's still speaking his language, and they don't miss a beat. I think that's good for the aesthetic of Star Wars.
No sign of life out there, General. You'll know if anything comes around.
Miss Leia, or Princess Leia.
General, I gotta leave. If I don't pay off Jabba the Hutt, I'm a dead man.
So, and I'm sure I'll learn this just by watching, but someone can tell me in case that's not true. Do we have any idea how much time has passed? Was that in the opening crawl and I missed it?
Well, Your Highness, guess this is it.
That's right.
Don't get all mushy on me. So long, Princess.
Yeah. Beginning of this tumultuous romance between Han and Leia.
Han, we need you.
We need.
Yes.
Well, what about you need?
I know. I don't know what you're talking about.
See? And this is what's supposed to make this adorable, I think, but she won't admit how she feels about him either.
You're a natural leader.
No, that's That's not it.
He wants her to say it and she won't. That one's on her, to be honest.
Then why are you following me? Afraid I was gonna leave without giving you a goodbye kiss? I just assumed he's a Wookiee. I can arrange that.
I mean, on the lonely nights, Han might know something about kissing a Wookiee. No judgment.
Are we going to try out all the clothes? I really don't know.
C-3PO still complaining about stuff. R2 still cussing him out in beeps.
Master Luke.
I don't know where he is.
Nobody knows where he is.
Check, officer!
This is what happens when there's an emergency. Luke has been attacked.
Why don't you go find out? It's getting dark out here.
That's how you die on a planet like that.
I think Master Luke is in considerable danger.
For one, C-3PO is probably right. I honestly don't remember most of this. Little bits of it here and there seem familiar, but...
Speeder's ready.
Not yet.
We have to go out on Tauntaun.
Sir, the temperature's dropping too rapidly.
That's right, my friend's out in it.
That goes to show you something that's changed about Han. Although Han had friends before, like he would have left Chewie behind or something, but that he actually cares about Luke now. He's not going to take off without making sure Luke's okay. It looks pretty brutal, especially if it's starting to get dark. Can only imagine how cold that place gets. Where did they film this? Did they create this entire set? Or wonder if this is on location somewhere? Because it looks like a real cave that they maybe done some stuff to. How is he already frozen? Like ice frozen around his feet. Use the Force, Luke. This is not the time to not be up on your Force training. Focus. Up. We got movement. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling you're going to need it even more now. And there we go. Now you just got to fight a Yeti with it. Ooh. Good swipe. Yeah, that's the other part of the problem. Yeah, that's a good way to die pretty quickly. Great shots, though. Yeah. They do a good job of making this feel hopeless, because I don't know how Han could ever find anything in that.
There's really nothing more we can do, and my joints are freezing up.
You know, Luke is out there, maybe dying, and all C-3PO cares about are his joints. He can smoke his joints later. I think I remember something about using a tauntaun to stay warm, but I don't remember if that's here or what it is. I do know that when you look at those, like, up close, they look like Muppets. But there still is something to practical effects as opposed to CG.
Still no contact from Skywalker Solo.
Mistress Leia.
Is that Cliff from Cheers?
Your Highness, there's nothing more we can...
It's not.
Close the doors.
R2 says the chances of survival are 725 for 1.
Oh, well, thank you, R2. That's helpful. And C-3PO for sharing it. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. I'm with you, Chewie.
Actually, R2 has been known to make mistakes.
Yeah, try to take it back now.
Dear, oh dear.
This is how you know this is good. I have the unfair advantage of watching this when I know there's all the other movies that Luke Skywalker is in. I know he's going to be okay. But they still do a good job of making you worry because they build the tension so well. Yeah, step one is Luke's got to get somewhere out of there. Can't just lay out in the snow.
Ooh.
There we go. It's the first time we see Obi-Wan since he died, technically.
Then you will go to the Dagobah system. There you will learn from Yoda.
Okay, so we do maybe see Yoda this movie.
Ben!
Ben, I'm sorry to tell you this, but he's not going anywhere if he doesn't get somewhere warm. At least Han found him.
Luke!
Yeah, Han can say what he wants. You don't do that unless you really care about somebody.
Don't do this, Luke. Come on, give me a sign here.
It's a miracle he even found him in that. And his tauntaun froze to death. That's not a great situation to be in.
Ben.
Thinks he's hallucinating, probably.
Hang on, kid.
Yikes.
Get the shelter up.
I don't know what they used for those guts, but that was interesting. Is this supposed to mean that the probes were able to detect that they were there? Oh no, those look like rebel fighters.
This is Rogue 2. Captain Solo.
Oh, okay. I'm stupid. It's a rescue mission. They were trapped out there. They're trying to find him.
Good morning. Nice of you guys to drop by.
This is Rogue 2. I found them.
It'd be hard enough to survive the night, I'm sure, but even worse if they had to try to find a way back without any transportation. I still feel like one of the most impressive things to me when I watch these movies are the effects that they were able to achieve. I mean, this is late 70s, early 80s. Just for everything to feel so real and tactile.
It's two you owe me, Junior.
Saved his butt twice now.
General Rykin thinks it's dangerous for any ships to leave the system until we've activated the energy feed.
I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous guy like...
So it's just this back and forth with them.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
The problem is it's true. Although he's not admitting his feelings to her either.
Half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Heard that one before. Don't know what a nerf herder is. Oh, here we go.
Well, I guess you don't know everything about women yet.
The infamous Luke Leia kiss. To be fair, that was clearly just to try to make Han jealous, and that was kind of messed up on Leia's part. Though Luke didn't seem to mind. But that definitely gets weird fast when you find out things later on.
Picked up something outside the base. This signal is not used by the Alliance.
Come on, Chewie, let's check it out.
Han keeps trying to leave and keeps finding reasons to stay. Jeez, Chewie. What a moment to... Well, maybe that was the point, but... Alright, if that was the point, then I get it, but Chewie just couldn't contain himself.
An Imperial probe droid.
It's a good bet the Empire knows we're here.
Yeah, get the hell out of there. Because if Vader is as obsessed as the opening crawl said he is, they're going to send whatever they can there. Star Destroyers, TIE Fighters, trying to learn the ship names. There's not much more iconic image than this music and a shot like that of Vader. I mean, obviously more so when he turns around, but...
Yes, Captain.
I don't know that actor's name, but he is in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So it's odd he's in this with Harrison Ford, although I doubt they have scenes together. Donovan, I think, was his name.
The rebels are there.
My lord, there are so many uncharted settlements. It could be smuggled.
How long does it take people to realize they shouldn't argue with Vader? It's a good way to get killed. Yikes.
Sir, it will take...
Chewie, take care of yourself, okay?
I'm getting the sense that Chewie's someone you don't want to piss off, but he's still very sweet.
General, there's a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4.
It sounds bad. Activate Operation Get the Hell Out of Here.
Prepare for ground assault.
Or I guess the point is that it's too late. That seems ever so much bigger than a Star Destroyer.
Protecting an area of the 6th planet. The field is strong enough to deflect any bombardment.
General, prepare your troops for a surface attack.
Alright, it looks like now, after hearing both sides, that we're going to have a surface attack.
The fleet has moved down to flight speed and we're preparing to...
Okay, so that guy is going to die.
Captain Piet,
Yes, my lord.
make ready to land our troops beyond.
I don't know how you pay attention to orders when someone else is being killed right next to you. Though I suppose that could be a very powerful motivator.
The energy shield can only be opened for a short time, so you'll have to stay very close to your transport.
They do a good job of unapologetically putting Leia in a position of power in these movies, I think. But they are right. She's basically the only woman in here that's in any position of power. I have to give them credit. They have interesting weapon design in these movies. Yikes. Well, they're doing some damage. And certainly don't seem helpless. You get the sense that these people are used to having to evacuate a lot, which makes sense for a rebel group.
Right now, I feel like I'd take on the whole Empire myself.
You might have to. So we got two passengers back to back. I'm sure one's a pilot. What's the other one do? Facing the other direction. AT-ATs. I remember those. Seem both intimidating and not very practical at the same time. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know what's... Is it just a reverse gunner? I guess that makes sense. You're flying away and you can shoot at them.
Luke, I have no approach vector.
Steady, Dak. Attack pattern Delta.
Go now.
Luke seems like he's gotten some more flight experience. Yeah, you don't want to be on the wrong end of those things. They look like they could do some damage. What an inventive design, seriously.
Rogue group, use your harpoons and tow cables. Go for the legs. It might be our only chance of stopping. Hang on, Dak. Get ready to fire that tow cable.
Get ready, Dak. Holy sh**, Dak.
Dak.
Luke, I feel like Dak might be gone. Justice for Dak. Yeah, I don't see anything having a real impact on the AT-ATs yet. Yikes.
Yes, Lord Vader. Shield will be down in moments.
Oh, I get it. They're trying to take down the shield so they can bring in their full force.
Set your harpoon. Follow me on the next path.
Alright, time to make the run. Oh, I remember. Little bit of tying the shoelaces together. Smart idea. Or hog tying, whichever you prefer. AT-AT tying. Boom. Harder they fall. Boom. No one coming out of that one.
Wedge, good work.
Wedge. Couldn't remember his name. I didn't hear it the first time.
We have no choice. Evacuate remaining ground staff.
They would have to get good at like a phased evacuation just as survival, I'm sure. They're gaining ground. You better hurry. What are those? I don't know what those ones are called. I've seen the two-legged ones before, but I don't remember what they're called.
What's that harpoon? I'll cover for you.
I wonder if it works the second time.
Set for position 3. Steady.
Stay tight low.
This guy might be okay for now. Oh, there he goes. I was gonna say he might be okay for now, but he looks like he's been through it.
I've been hit.
Going in hard. R.I.P. Dak. Is Dak gonna get stepped on? That's ridiculous. Disrespecting Dak. Kill him and then you squish him.
You got your clearance to leave.
First, we're gonna get you your ship.
I don't know if I've ever seen two people more determined not to admit that they love each other.
Give the evacuation code signal. And get to your transports.
Yeah, consistently revealing that they do love each other by how they act. That's quite a strategy, Luke. Ooh, nicely done. Effective. 2 down, 1 to go, I think. Ooh, good shot. I don't think there's any way he survives. I just don't... Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if they get the generators first. Why did C-3PO take such small steps?
Take off, I can't get to you. I'll get her out on the Falcon.
I'm on C-3PO.
Come back!
Only one way out now. Vader's coming down personally. He really is obsessed finding Luke.
Typical
Say, come on, they're not gonna leave C-3PO behind. Yeah, this is when you need to be able to move your legs more, C-3PO. You're an intelligent android and they couldn't give you a better ability to run? Come on. Better hurry up, Han. Vader's not gonna let you leave.
Sir, might I suggest that you...
I hope it wasn't important. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Boom.
Come on, come on! Switch over.
Again, effectively building suspense. I thought Vader was going to be able to, like, force grab it. I didn't even see Luke.
R2, get her ready for takeoff.
I think Luke's headed to Dagobah.
There's nothing wrong, R2. Just setting a new course.
I wonder for where.
We're going to the Dagobah system.
R2, I had an acid trip when I was dying of hypothermia. And whenever I have an acid trip that tells me to go to a random star system, I listen to it. You gotta follow your heart and your hallucinations. And Han looks like he's getting it pretty bad.
Well, it's still off maneuver.
And some fancy flying. That seems like they're passing dangerously close.
They're getting closer.
Oh yeah? Watch this.
I feel like it's not going to happen. And I feel like that's what C-3PO was trying to tell you.
I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one.
That looks like it would hurt.
That wasn't a laser blast. Something hit us.
I don't think you can jump to light speed in an asteroid field.
You're not actually going into an asteroid field.
Crazy to follow us, wouldn't they?
That's true, but you'd be crazy to go into it.
You don't have to do this to impress me.
Sir, the possibility...
She just admitted that it would impress her if he can get through it.
20 to 1!
Never tell me the odds.
I've heard that one. I do think these TIE fighters aren't going to do very well. Boom. And double boom. And that is dangerously close. Triple boom.
I'm going in closer to one of the big ones.
Closer.
Can land on it, maybe? Or lose them in it? Boom. 2 in 1 shot.
There. That looks pretty good.
Where are we going?
I'm imagining he's looking for a hiding spot. And that is what he's doing. Hiding in a huge rock flying through space.
Dagobah. No, I'm not going to change my mind about this.
Well, folks, I guess it's time to meet Yoda. Looking forward to it.
All the scopes are dead. I can't see a thing. I'm going to start the landing cycle.
The landing cycle looks suspiciously like crashing into water. Don't try to sell that as a landing cycle. Even R2 can smell that bull. I agree with R2. I don't even know what he said.
No, R2, you stay put. I'll have a look around.
Makes sense. Or you can just drop him in the water.
R2! Where are you?
Under the water, I would imagine.
R2!
I mean, I guess there is an assumption that a robot going into water would be bad, but you can do so many other things. I imagine water might not be that much for him to handle. A silly assumption on my part. Of course, if there's something in the water with him, that could be problematic for both of them. Yeah, that doesn't look promising. Was R2 able to kill an underwater beast that was after him? If he did that, I'm really impressed. No, but the thing spit him out. R2's having a rough time.
Oh no. Are you alright?
He's gonna need some repair and a vacation.
If you're saying coming here was a bad idea, I'm beginning to agree with you.
Almost like you shouldn't listen to hypothermia-induced hallucinations. That's gross, R2. Vader likes to sit in his little meditation egg, doesn't he? Oh, first time we see him without the helmet on.
The Millennium Falcon Lord has entered an asteroid field.
I want that ship.
And you saw what happened to the last guy, so you better get something done.
I need you to talk to the Falcon, find out what's wrong with the hyperdrive.
It is troublesome when the place where you land is unstable.
Sir, it's quite possible this asteroid is not entirely stable.
Not entirely stable.
Isn't that the nature of an asteroid?
Sometimes I just don't understand human behavior.
It's like saying, I think this active volcano might not be stable. Alone at last.
Being held by you isn't quite enough to get me excited.
Time for anything else.
Keep doing the dance. She doesn't deserve him acting that scummy toward her, though, either.
Ready for some power? There you go. Now all I gotta do is find this Yoda.
Yeah, simple. Sure, he's just right around the corner. I mean, you are in a swamp. Your droid has been damaged. Your X-Wing has crashed in the swamp. Doesn't seem like a great situation.
I don't know. Feel like what?
Boom.
Like we're being watched.
Being watched makes it feel familiar?
I'm looking for someone.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
Yoda's always great.
I don't think so. I'm looking for a great warrior.
Oh, you're gonna assume that he couldn't be a great warrior? Very judgmental.
Hey, get out of there!
He does come off just as a little pesky scavenger at first.
This is...
Jeez, Yoda. Some anger issues.
I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
Jedi Master?
Now you're speaking his language.
You seek Yoda. Take it to him, I will.
Doesn't seem very trustworthy right now. Shows up, starts messing with all Luke's stuff. It's probably some kind of test, I'm sure. He also seems like he's been there alone for quite a long time, so maybe he's just a little loopy, too.
I believe, sir, it says that the power coupling on the negative axis has been polarized.
I think we better replace the negative power coupling.
Good idea. Don't know where you got that idea from, but good idea.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Every time they're together, they start playing the romantic music.
Sometimes you think I'm all right.
When you aren't acting like a scoundrel.
Scoundrel?
He's just flirting all the time, or at least he is.
Very naive.
Sir.
Damn it, C-3PO. Of all the moments.
They must have been destroyed.
They're alive. Sweep the asteroid field until they are found.
Vader is willing to sacrifice as many people as he has to in the asteroid field to find them. That's pretty obsessed.
The Emperor commands you to make contact with him.
Finally, you're going to hear from the Emperor.
What is thy bidding?
The new image of the Emperor.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I know that previously there was a different one they used in the original version.
This boy is the offspring of Anakin Skywalker.
How is that possible?
Search your feelings, Lord Vader. You will know it to be true.
Anakin knows he had children, obviously. Does he know Leia's one of them? Does he think Luke died? I don't know what happened. So, does he not know that Leia's his daughter? I imagine probably not.
He would become a powerful ally.
He would be a great asset.
He will join us or die.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that. Like, what he thinks happened to his children.
Don't understand why we can't see Yoda now.
Patience with the Jedi. It is time to eat as well.
Yoda will reveal himself to you, but Yoda gotta eat first. Yoda's got priorities.
How far away is Yoda? Will it take us long to get there?
Not far.
Not far at all. You're almost right on top of him. It's hard to state how close you are to him.
Boy has no patience.
You will learn patience.
Guess who's right in front of you?
Much anger in him.
Was I any different?
Not far to Master Yoda at all. It's amazing how his whole demeanor changes. His posture, all of it.
Yoda, I am ready.
Ready, are you? For 800 years have I trained Jedi.
800 years. How old is Yoda? Does anyone know?
A long time have I watched. All his life as he looked away to the future, to the horizon, never his mind on where he was.
So the takeaway is that Yoda has been spying on Luke his whole life, which is creepy. Let's be honest.
You are reckless.
So was I, if you remember.
He is too old.
So was I, if you remember.
I'm not afraid.
You will be.
The classic master who doesn't want to take on the student. Never seen people bomb asteroids before. That is concerning. You don't want to see random things. Yeah, I was going to say. I want to see random things fly by you inside an asteroid cave.
Something out there.
What out there?
Are you crazy?
That thing looked... you might want to take a gun of some kind or something. You have your blaster. Chewie's got a rifle, Han's got his blaster. Alright.
Ground sure feels strange.
Was it like that when they landed, or did it get like that since then?
Watch out! Yeah, what I thought. My knock.
Okay. So it's something that Han has encountered before. I don't care if those things are harmless or not. You wouldn't want them flying in your face. Are they inside some kind of animal? Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think. I definitely don't remember this part. Ooh, watch out, Chewie. Does he know what's happening? Does he know where they are?
Down, sweetheart, we're taking off.
Yeah, he flew down the throat of something.
The cave is collapsing.
There's no cave.
Yeah, I had no memory of that at all. Is it a worm, or what was it? Not only that, it's got little things flying around inside of it. If you were strong enough, it seems like it might be fun swinging around all those vines.
Jedi strength flows from
I get the feeling that Yoda has the easy ride,
the dark side.
and R2-D2 still needs a bath.
Is the dark side stronger?
No, but the busier, more seductive.
That that the dark side isn't stronger was not very convincing from Yoda.
Tell me why I can't.
No, there is no why. Clear your mind of question.
Just listen, don't ask questions. That doesn't usually go very well.
There's something not right here.
Oh, you're in a creepy swamp.
A domain of evil it is, and you must go.
What's in there?
I think I remember this, but I'm not sure. I think for some reason that Luke encounters like an evil version of himself or something, but I could be completely making that up. Darth Vader just wandering around in on this strange swamp planet would definitely be interesting to come across. So it seems like I was wrong when I thought I remembered about this. Ooh, that was seemingly a lucky shot. Oh, okay. So I was kinda right. A vision of what he could become.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
Yes, sir.
So they brought in bounty hunters because their own people couldn't find him? And Vader has more faith than these people?
Use any methods necessary. I want them alive.
Wow, he really is desperate, isn't he?
Let's get out of here. Ready for light speed?
Come on. Lightspeed still doesn't work?
No light speed.
This is not my fault.
Come on, I don't think it matters whose fault it is right now. I think it matters about you get out of there. I don't think they need the odds right now, C-3PO. That'd get your attention.
The ship no longer appears on our scopes. Can't have disappeared.
They landed on you.
Lord Vader demands an update on the pursuit.
We just lost him, Lord Vader. That's quite a balancing act on both their parts. Yoda's balancing on his foot. When exactly is this skill going to come in handy, I wonder? They all come tumbling down. Yoda, his ship's sinking. I mean, that's a problem. He needs that ship to be able to get out of here.
Alright, I'll give it a try.
No, do or do not. There is no try.
There we go. Good advice. If you go into something just saying you're going to try, there's a line of thought that you're kind of accepting failure before you ever begin. Go in and say, I'm going to do this. That means you try until you get there.
It's too big.
Size matters not.
What does Luke know about what he's capable of? He can't do it yet.
Its energy surrounds us and binds us.
Yoda trying to get him to understand that once he understands how to use the Force, it's not any different moving one object for another. He's still adhering to like old physics, basically, that, oh, it's bigger and heavier and stuff. It's not possible.
You want the impossible.
Oh, so now you know what's impossible. Luke thinks he knows a whole lot for someone who's just starting out with this. Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. I'm on, Yoda. Show him how it's done. R2's like, hey, look at this. Just gotta have that Jedi level focus, man. Look, not even touching the water. And Yoda's like a third of your size. Drop it back in the water, make him do it, Yoda. Hard to argue against that. I'll go telling Yoda what's possible. I think he knows a bit more about it than you do.
That is why you fail.
Well, and that goes along with what this is. It's basically like a space samurai kind of religion type thing. It's like you have to believe. The guy went there knowing he was going to die.
Apology accepted, Captain Nida.
I know you have a lot of people in the Empire, Vader, but you're going to run out of people. You keep killing them.
The Millennium Falcon will be on the other side of the galaxy by now.
Alert all command. Don't fail me again.
Coming off desperate now, Vader. You know, maybe Luke doesn't want to see you.
Deploy the fleet.
That's what I thought they were doing. Pretty smart. Unless someone ends up looking right at the ship.
Lando's not a system, he's a man.
Oh, I didn't know we got Lando in this one.
Scoundrel, you'd like him.
Mining colony?
As I remember, I don't think it's a mining colony.
We go back a long way, Lando and me.
Can you trust him?
Didn't the Millennium Falcon used to belong to Lando? I feel like I heard that Han got it from him somehow.
You have your moment.
That was a kiss. Little one, but still. And that was a pretty brilliant move. Although they appear to be being followed. That's what I suspected it might be. Someone would be onto his plan.
Concentrate. Feel the force.
Concentrating. You too will lift a ship one day while you're standing on your hands. And R2.
Things you will see.
Han? Leia!
Oh, come on, Luke. You're doing so well. Han and Leia are fine right now. What did you freak out about?
I saw a city in the clouds.
Oh, are they headed somewhere bad?
They were in pain.
It is the future.
Will they die?
Difficult to see.
That's not the kind of thing you want a wishy-washy answer on. The weight of knowing the future is sometimes realizing that you really can't do anything about it, or you can make it worse.
I'm trying to reach Lando Calrissian.
Just open fire, jeez.
I thought you knew this person.
I'm sure he's forgotten about that.
Maybe not. Maybe that's why they're shooting at you.
Permission granted.
Permission granted after they already fire on you. Why do I get the feeling this isn't going to go as well as Han's telling people it's going to go?
I don't like this.
What would you like?
Whenever he tries to reassure Leia, it always seems like it doesn't go according to plan.
See? My friend. Keep your eyes open, huh?
Keep your eyes open and your finger on the trigger, Chewie.
You got a lot of guts coming here.
Is he messing with him? He's messing with him.
What have you done to my ship? You lost her to me fair and square.
That's what I thought I'd heard. So it used to belong to Lando.
Welcome, I'm Lando Calrissian. And who might you be?
Leia.
Doesn't seem like the administrator type. Seems more like Han.
Senators, aren't you?
Responsible leader. Who'd have thought that, huh?
You know, seeing you sure brings back a few things.
Yeah.
Brings back a few things. He didn't say they were positive things.
Hello?
C-3PO, don't go wandering into places that you don't know.
Who are you?
Yikes. That didn't look good. I hope C-3PO's okay. I'm pretty sure he is, but that looked pretty bad.
You must complete the training.
They're my friends, I gotta help them.
Luke can't ignore visions. Get a vision of Dagobah, he goes there. Get a vision of Han and Leia, and he has to go there.
This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side.
Yoda, I promise to return.
Luke is always trying to rush, but where would we be if there wasn't a risk that Luke would fall to the wrong side?
If you end your training now, you will become an agent of evil.
And sacrifice Han and Leia.
He's got a point. It's not really fair to ask him to sit there and let Han and Leia die, if that's what's going to happen. You got to make your own decisions in life.
Don't give in to hate.
Strong is Vader. Mind what you have learned.
I will, and I'll return.
Yeah, I don't know if you should make promises like that. Things like that don't tend to go according to plan.
Told you I did.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
There is another. I feel like I knew who the other was. I can't remember right now. Very futuristic looking city. Although Leia looks impatient.
The ship's almost finished.
No one has seen or knows anything about 3.
It is concerning if your friends start disappearing. Don't mess with Chewie. You learn anything, you don't mess with Chewie. Yeah, that is not what you want to see.
Found him in a junk pile.
Chewie, you think you can repair him?
Sorry, am I interrupting anything?
Not really.
You get the sense that Lando hits on just about anything that crosses his path.
Having trouble with your droid?
No, no problem.
Yeah, they like to keep him in pieces like that. It's not that someone in your city just blasted him apart, basically.
Our operation is small enough not to be noticed.
It doesn't seem that small. It seems like quite a sizable city.
I've just made a deal that'll keep the Empire out of here forever.
Yeah, I was worried that that might be the deal.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Yeah, Leia was right.
I had no choice. I'm sorry.
Couldn't trust him.
I'm sorry, too.
We don't know what Han's sorry for yet, but I assume that means he's about to do something. Yikes. They're torturing Chewbacca with sound? Yeah, you got nothing else to do. Put 3PO back together. You turn on his head and tell you what to do? He's got his head on backwards. No! What exactly is that? It does not look friendly. That's pretty cold, Lando.
Never a condition of our agreement, always giving hand to this bounty hunter.
I don't know why Lando thought he could trust Darth Vader.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
Well, you made it. I don't know why you thought it was going to work out any better.
Something's not right because now I can't see.
Well, your head's on backwards. That could be part of the problem.
What have you done, you sleeping furball?
3PO, I wouldn't insult him. He's doing what he can to put you back together. Han looks like he's been through it.
I feel terrible.
You look like you feel terrible. Well, at least they're all together.
Why are they doing this?
They never even asked me any questions.
That's just messed up. They just want to torture you for no reason.
He's after somebody called Skywalker. Luke, he's on his way.
That's probably fair, unfortunately. Lando's kind of screwed him over.
Sorry I couldn't do better, but I got my own problems.
I feel like you could have done more, Lando. You're lucky Chewie didn't get his hands on you.
You certainly have a way with people.
Yeah, I'd say Han couldn't have known that his friend was going to betray him, but I get the feeling Han might have that risk with a lot of people he would call friends.
We only use this facility for carbon freezing. You put him in there, it might kill him.
We will test it on Captain Solo.
Oh, great. So it could potentially kill him. Sure, why not? Sounds like a great idea. This just gets worse and worse.
What's going on, buddy?
They didn't even tell him.
You're being put into carbon freeze.
What if he doesn't survive?
The Empire will compensate you if he dies.
Why does he have to freeze Luke anyway? Can someone explain that to me? I don't get it.
Chewie, this won't help me.
Princess, you have to take care of her.
Han trying to protect Leia and Chewie, even though they're about to freeze him and he could die. Whether he likes it or not, Han is looking more and more like a hero all the time. And they might not have got another chance, so they had to do that.
I love you.
I know.
I've heard that before. It got me a little bit. It still comes off. It's kind of a messed up thing in that moment. He should have told her. It doesn't look like it feels pleasant. If he's frozen, isn't that going to break him? Yeah, that definitely doesn't look like it felt pleasant. Nor does it look like you're very recoverable from that. Although I will say I've seen that as like a decoration and stuff people have on their walls. They did a good job sculpting a copy of Harrison Ford's face on that.
Did he survive?
Yes, he's alive.
Well, at least he didn't die, I guess.
Take the princess and the Wookiee to my ship.
Said they'd be left in the city under my supervision.
I am altering the deed. Pray I don't alter it any further.
I don't know why Lando ever thought he could trust Vader. He keeps acting surprised every time Vader backs out on something. It's Vader, for God's sakes. I don't think Luke can see that that's Han. But he saw stormtroopers, so he knows that the Empire's there. Ooh, I saw Boba Fett look his direction when he walked by. Lando looks like he's planning something. If you just run around like that if Boba Fett just fired at you. Come on, Lando, do something. Gotta make this right somehow. Just in case you didn't get it the first time, Luke. Isn't there a famous shot of someone saying it's a trap in the Star Wars movies? I feel like I've seen that meme somewhere. Oop. Almost closed on R2. This looks familiar. Like an important location. Even more so now.
You are not a Jedi yet.
So Vader has been paying attention to his presence in the Force as well. I think you might be a little outmatched, Luke. Basically like fencing. Although they have, like, you know, other powers and stuff. Pick things up and move them and throw things. Throw people. It's funny, they make it look so futuristic and unique, but it's just classic sword fighting, fencing.
Well done.
Yeah, smart, Lando. Yeah, that was... You talk about subtle. That was subtle.
What do you think you're doing?
Getting out of here.
I think that after what you did to Han, the world...
Yeah, that might not have been the best idea.
Just try it out. I don't need any of your help.
I feel like you did, Leia, unfortunately.
Let's do a chance to save Han.
Chewie, you might want to let him talk.
I'm terribly sorry about all this. After all, he's only a Wookiee.
3PO. Not to say that 3PO ever has that much authority, but just kind of in a backpack on Chewie's back has even less somehow. I'm on R2.
R2, where have you been? We're trying to save Han from the bounty hunter. At least you're still in one piece.
Ironically, as a backpack on Chewie's back, he actually moves faster than he would if he had his legs. Yeah, I think you need to get in the ship and get after him. Lando owes him. Used to be his ship. Can he fly him there? Can they fly after him to find Han?
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker. Obi-Wan knew this to be true.
I don't think he did. I think he worried about the temptation of the dark side of the Force.
All too easy.
Not all that easy.
Impressive.
James Earl Jones's voice is just perfect in that role. Very intimidating as Darth Vader.
Obi-Wan has taught you well. Only your hatred can destroy me.
I'm really trying to say something here, but you just kind of want to watch it, you know? It's hard to talk during that. That looked stop motion. This looks familiar too. Alright. Round 2 in the boss fight level. That was cheating. Or at least it felt like it. That looked like it hurt. Come on, Luke. You were standing on your head lifting objects. Wax on, wax off. Let's go. Was pretty short-sighted thinking. Let's get sucked out into space. It's not much use to you dead if he falls all the way down there. Pops around a corner, shoots a guy, and runs in the elevator.
Security code has been changed.
R2-D2, Master Hacker.
Attention, the Empire's taking control of the city. I advise everyone to leave before more Imperial troops arrive.
Seems like a very hasty evacuate the city, but at least he got word out to him. R2 can hack anything just by connecting that little thing to the port.
Just open the door, you stupid light!
Come on, guys. Get a ship to get on. And no, R2 had tricks. Smoke screen. I sure hope they fix the warp drive.
Oh, that hurt!
3PO's having a real rough time.
Go!
Yeah, I think Lando's gonna end up on the ship with him. Unless he dies. I hope he doesn't die. Looks like he went with him. At least he can hopefully help him pay back what he owes for that whole ordeal a little bit. Help him get Han back. This boss fight has many rounds. Luke does a lot more walking around on his own than I expected. Oh, Darth Vader, peekaboo champion of Cloud City. Jeez, he's just swinging wildly. You don't see Vader rattled very often, but he seems to be a little rattled.
You are beaten. It is useless to resist.
I don't think he's done fighting, Vader. Got a piece of you. Ooh. Yeah, I think I remember that, but I didn't remember it happening there.
We have only begun to discuss.
I think this is the moment, though. This shot is just too iconic.
I'll never join you! If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Your sales pitch isn't very compelling, especially if you just cut off his hand.
What happened to your father? You killed him. No, I am your father.
One of the most iconic moments in film, and almost everyone gets that quote wrong. No! It's quite a performance by Mark Hamill there.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Luke, don't trust the guy who cut off your hand and tried to kill you. That's basic rule, I think.
Come with me. It is the only way.
Apparently, Luke found another way. It doesn't seem very well advised. But maybe he believes in the Force? Okay, it seems a little better than I expected. He could survive. Okay, he could survive that. I did not expect that to happen. Seems like a little bit of a convenient location of a slide, basically. Ooh, maybe not that convenient. End up on the spire underneath Cloud City. Yeah, that seems pretty precarious, especially with only one hand. I don't think there's much coming back from it if he falls off of that thing.
Leia, hear me.
Is Leia the other?
We've got to go back. I know where Luke is. Chewie, just do it.
They can't leave Luke to die, especially not after he came there specifically to try to help them.
And let my Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer, I had that right. This is dangerous, them going back, though.
Luke, Chewie, slow down. Time to open the top hatch.
Good thing there's a top hatch. Wonder if they can get out of there without being seen. Come on, Luke. Just hold on a couple minutes longer. Boom. I better get out quick. I heard he got TIE fighters. Lando was a fool to believe first that Vader was going to stick with the deal, but also that he wasn't going to take over the city. Well, used to be Lando's ship. He ought to know how to pilot it, so at least that's good. I'm surprised that Vader couldn't sense that he was still there, let alone Leia, if she's the other they're talking about.
I'll be back.
She kissed him again? Kinda. Yeah, gonna be made very awkward in the next movie.
Ready for light speed.
If your people fix the hyperdrive.
Let's hope they at least came through on that. It's still not working.
They told me they fixed it.
They were in the process of being taken over by the Empire at the time, so they might have been distracted.
Your men deactivate the hyperdrive.
Oh, okay, it was on purpose.
Set your weapons for stun.
Why do they want to... Oh, Luke is with them. I think they know, so...
How would you know the
3PO's rebuilding himself at this point.
Ouch!
Oh, R2's helping him. I didn't see that.
Luke.
Father.
Just gonna start having long-distance chats now.
Man, why didn't you tell me?
I think you know exactly why he didn't tell you. The universal way to fix anything. Hit it.
Vader. Luke, it is your destiny.
They need to hit light speed so we can get him out of his head. Come on, Chewie, get it fixed. There you go. Boom. Seems like R2 would have wanted to be strapped in for that one. Someone else gonna die. Who's it gonna be? Vader's too depressed to even kill anybody for the failure. Like a child throwing a tantrum, kinda.
We're ready for takeoff.
May the force be with you.
Well said, Chewie. I never need to know what Chewie says. I'm on his side, period. Hey, they got pretty decent prosthetics in Star Wars. That's a good effect. Chop off whatever hand you want. Get another one that's as good as new. Well, we've had some big forward movement on the story in this movie. Feel like this is the moment that we're setting up to cut for the next one, maybe? Doesn't seem like we have enough time left to do anything else. Looking out into their destiny, their next mission. There we go. Another one in the bag. Well, let's go to the wrap-up. Well, that was fun. I'm enjoying the Star Wars movies. I'd really be interested to hear people in the comments what your history is with Star Wars when you started watching it. All of you who love it, did you start watching it as a child? Are there some of you out there who love it, who started watching it at an older age, in your teens or as an adult? I'm enjoying these movies, but I feel like because I don't have the childhood memories of watching these movies, the childhood excitement that would go along with it, I don't have the nostalgia that some people have for it, that I feel like there is that piece that's missing. As far as being kind of good sci-fi movies, kind of mostly lighthearted romp, space adventure kind of stuff, I mean, there are some darker, more serious moments. Obviously, movies are different when you're watching movies from the 70s and 80s versus today, just even as far as how story is structured. I can definitely see why people love these movies. I can definitely see why, especially if you watch them as a kid, why they'd be so important to you and why they would have been so exciting and entertaining. They're entertaining to me now. This is another one that people out there could answer for me is, and maybe I asked this on the last one, I can't remember, how does modern Star Wars stuff compare to this for you? I do know that Acolyte just got canceled. Did anyone out there watch Acolyte? What did you think of it? But as for this movie, I'm struggling to articulate how I feel about it. There are iconic moments in this movie, namely the Vader revealing to Luke that he's his father, Han Solo being frozen in carbonite, the I love you, I know moment right before that. So many iconic moments out of this movie in particular. I know that Empire is, out of the original trilogy, the movie that a lot of people love the most. I think when people look for a way in to a franchise like this, they're waiting for that moment that it hits them on kind of a personal level. Maybe there's just so much of this original trilogy that's already so well known and is so iconic to a lot of people. Maybe it's hard for that to happen for me with the Star Wars movies so far. I don't know. I'm still kind of waiting for that moment to happen. And everybody's different. You know, not everybody has to love the Star Wars movies or, you know, any other franchise just because there's a huge fan base who loves it. I can definitely see why people love the Star Wars movies. I have very much enjoyed the ones I've watched so far. I intend to continue. If I get through the last of the original trilogy here and everybody's still enjoying them, probably go on to the prequel trilogy at some point. I tend to watch things in release order, so obviously there'd be some movies I would get to before the sequel trilogy. As for this movie, this is a movie I had seen before, but it's been a long time. I just went and looked at what my rating was from last time I saw it. It was 3.5 stars, which I believe is what I gave episode 4 when I first saw it. I believe last time I bumped episode 4 up to 4 stars. I would say I would probably bump this one up to 4 stars too. I'm kind of at this base level of, I'm enjoying this, I'm going to keep going. People should definitely watch these movies if they haven't seen them. Am I the hugest Star Wars fan yet? No, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. But I'm still here. I'm still interested. I'm still going to keep watching. I hope you'll come along with me. Next time we come back around to this franchise, we'll be doing episode 6, Return of the Jedi. But again, thanks for being here with me, watching this with me. If you'd be so kind, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down there. Click the bell so you can see when I put out new videos. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch another movie here with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.